Hey, what is happening, guys? Rules for Rebels here. Today's video is going to be kind of more of a fun one than anything, but it is going to kind of illustrate a point. So, we talk about retail arbitrage a lot. It's not something that I'm hugely into. I dabble in it a little bit, but a lot of you guys are really interested in retail arbitrage. And then I also have other people who are like, "Oh, why would anybody ever pay $10 for that on Amazon when they could go over to AliExpress and buy it for $1?" And we've talked about it before. AliExpress, it takes a long time to ship. You don't really know the quality of stuff. Amazon, you get your stuff quickly. If you need to return it, the return process is easy. So there are benefits. A lot of people would rather pay a little bit more money than save money and have to wait forever or get a product they don't know what it is. But really the point here is that arbitrage is basically the idea of finding something cheap and selling it for more. Buy low, sell high. I mean, it's basic business. It's been going on since the beginning of time. But in this video, we're going to be showing you guys like the most savage, most wrong, most mean example of retail arbitrage ever. And this isn't a perfect example because it's two younger kids. So obviously, I think peer pressure kind of plays a role. Kids are just stupid and don't know prices. I mean, they're teenagers, not little kids. But I think this illustrates why retail arbitrage is possible. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Value is in the eye of the beholder. Something that may be worth $1 to me may be worth $10 to the next guy. And I think that the following video we're about to show you kind of perfectly illustrates that.
Bro, nice watch, man.
Yeah, I'm about to buy it from my homie right here.
Trying to buy this watch from his homie. Look at this shit. Whoa.
Okay, guys, so in the video you just saw, we got two teenagers here. One of them is trying to sell a watch to his friend for $500. I don't know who the other gentleman in the video is. I'm guessing it's either one of the kids' dads or older brother, but you'll see where things go from here.
All right, though, you trying to buy the watch, though, bro. How much you gonna get the watch for, bro?
500, man.
500. No problem. You're not gonna go lower.
All right, you almost paid a G for it,
You
bro.
almost paid a G for this. You heard? You almost paid a G for this, all right?
Okay, now again, I realize this isn't a perfect example to illustrate what I'm trying to prove here because the one kid is straight up lying about what he paid for the watch and basically lying about the value as if it's real diamonds or something else, which clearly we know a kid of this age probably doesn't have a real diamond bezeled watch. So, that's why it's not a perfect example, is because when somebody imports something, upcharges it and sells it for more on eBay or Amazon, they're marketing it in a clever way. Maybe they're providing value in some other way by bundling items or adding something to it. So it's not just straight up lying. But again, it gets more interesting. You'll see what the watch really costs in just a second.
A G for this, all right? So he want 500, you heard?
Is that the homie hookup? You can go a little lower?
Bro, that's the homie fucking hookup.
It's the homie hookup, you heard? He giving him a homie hookup, okay?
Okay, so in this next little piece of video here, this other guy who's either an older brother, a dad, something like that, is telling the kid who's trying to rip off his friend on the watch, like, look, man, this is your friend. Are you really going to do this to him?
Come on, give me this, you know what I'm saying? It's your homie, bro. You gonna charge him 500, my nigga?
No.
You gonna charge him 500?
Bro, that watch expensive, bro.
That
How much you sell that Rolex for?
That watch is expensive. My nigga, this is a Rolex.
Okay, so the kid is going to rip off his friend, and in a second here, he's kind of trying to sell him on what an amazing deal this is, right?
Yeah.
So listen.
That was an amazing deal. Boke ass deal.
That's an amazing deal. All right.
Okay, so in the last clip, again, the older brother, dad, whoever it is, finally busts out this kid for trying to rip off his buddy, right? So check this out.
Nigga, come here. You see how much this watch costs, my nigga? Lie again, my nigga. This is a Walmart watch, my nigga. It's 3 left in stock. It's $24.99. So if I offer you $15.50, you should take the $15.50, bro.
Okay, so you guys kind of saw how everything played out, right? His dad, brother, whatever, busts him out, doesn't let him rip off his friend, which is good on his part because that would have been a terrible deal, right? But the point I'm trying to make here is that value is whatever somebody is willing to pay for something. I'll give you guys a couple quick examples of this. So me and my girlfriend lately have been shopping for a lot of things around the house. I just recently moved, so we need to get like a dehumidifier for the house, dressers, other things. And my girlfriend is easily suckered in by like fancy terms, right? So there could be two products, essentially the same product, same quality. But if one talks about like, antimicrobial self-cleaning technology, she wants to get that one. It costs $20 more. Now, the other one is the exact same product, but because they use some fancy words, she's ready to pay more for it, right? I'll give you another perfect example of when people are willing to pay more for something, right? You can go get a cheeseburger at McDonald's for $1, or you can get a cheeseburger at Five Guys or wherever for $10. Now, obviously, there's a difference in quality and things like that. Is it a $10 difference? Maybe, maybe not. But my point is, like, let's think about how something's described at a restaurant. If I went to sell you a ham sandwich, hey, do you want to buy a ham sandwich? I don't know, man. I guess I like ham sandwiches, right? But what if I said, do you want to buy a ham sandwich? It's slow cooked for 13 hours, carved off the bone, honey glazed ham with thick cut Midwestern bacon and Wisconsin Havarti cheese. You know, I just throw in some fancy terms there. I don't know about you guys, but that ham sandwich starts sounding a lot more appealing to me. I'll even catch myself at restaurants like ordering something that I don't even really want just because they describe it in a way where I'm like, oh, that does sound good, you know? I'll give you guys one more example as well as a tip. So on eBay, if you're ever looking for a deal on a product, specifically looking at auctions more so than buy it now listings, but look for auctions with very short, crappy titles, with very short descriptions, and low quality pictures. I've actually done a little bit of a case study on this, and a poor quality listing will sell for anywhere from 20% to 70% lower than a good quality listing. So if you're selling a lamp and your eBay listing says lamp for sale, and you have a low quality grainy picture, you're not going to get very much money for it. On the flip side, if you were selling a lamp and have the dimensions of the lamp, the weight of the lamp, what size bulb it uses, you describe how it's I can never say that word, Swarovski's crystals or whatever on it, that lamp's going to sell for a lot more money. So this is a tip for you guys on your eBay listings, on your Amazon listings, in your Shopify store. Write your stuff in a way that's enticing. I mean, it's sales, guys. It's sales, it's marketing. That's why some products sell more for others. When it comes to private labeling, a lot of times the product that you're buying from Samsung is the exact same product that you could get off the shelf at some other store for much less money. They're made by the same company, but one slaps a Samsung label on it, which adds some value. They also describe how our LED technology does this, that, and the other, which the other one does the same thing, but they just don't illustrate those points. And that's why certain products sell for more money. I think you guys would be surprised how much more money you're going to be able to get out of stuff, how much better margins you can make just by having some salesmanship and just by marketing things in a certain way. So one other thing that I thought this kind of brought up, and I guess we'll open this up to comments, at what point do you think it becomes unethical? So obviously in this video we just watched, this is very unethical. This kid's basically lying, trying to say it's real diamonds. He's lying about how much he paid for it. But let's assume that it was like salesmanship. Like, what's the most that you can upcharge for something before it becomes unethical? Recently I showed in a video, I bought a little it's like a closure class for a washing machine or dryer, right? I think I paid $37 for the piece. And it's just a little plastic piece that big. It probably costs the company who bought it somewhere between 40 and 70 cents to buy that. And I understand why they're charging a lot of money, because you know, they have to buy these in bulk and they may only sell a couple of them every few months. So, you know, for them to have to shell out money for this stuff and then possibly sit on it for a couple of years before it sells, I definitely understand them having to charge a good markup. But the reason that the value is there is because I can't just walk into Walmart and go buy one of these parts, right? There's only a handful of shops, and that's why they can charge more money. And I guess that's less salesmanship than it is supply and demand. But I was just kind of curious, like, what is your guys' opinion? When does it become unethical upcharging for something? When does it become unethical overselling the features of something? Just kind of curious to hear your thoughts on that. Drop them in the comment section below. But thank you guys again so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. This one today was kind of more of a fun one and really educational, but I did want to highlight why retail arbitrage is possible. I kind of wanted to illustrate. I see a lot of people like, oh man, I can't possibly sell this item on eBay because somebody else is selling it cheaper. Somebody else may be selling it cheaper, but they may be doing a terrible job of marketing it. They may not be good at ranking their eBay items to the top. So there's a lot of ways that you can charge quite a bit more money than other people just by marketing things in a certain way. I'll give you guys one example, and I've talked about this before. In my eBay business, I'm not selling this particular product on eBay anymore, but at one point I made up, I think 93, 94% of the sales in my category. Out of the first page of, like, say 20 listings, I had 15 to 17 of those listings. I was selling my item for $130 when everybody else was selling for 90, 95, maybe 102 at the top. So why can I charge 30% or more than other people? Well, a big part of it was just that I dominated first page. Most people aren't going to look beyond first page. Most people don't sort low to high. So that was one reason. But also my listing was great. This is back when templates were good. I had like a really nice laid out template. I had 10 reasons why you should buy from me as opposed to buying from somebody else. I accurately described my items, and I built up a business where I was very trustworthy. People knew I shipped same day. People know I ship quickly. People know I offered good customer service. And people would knowingly come and buy from me and pay $30 more, even though they knew that they could go buy these items from somebody else for cheaper, in large part because of customer service and things like that, but also in large part because of the marketing. So I just wanted to illustrate that point, guys. While having a good price and making a good margin is important, don't get that worked up because somebody else can undercut you, because at the end of the day, somebody else is always going to be able to undercut you on price. There's somebody out there who's going to buy in larger bulk than you and be able to source at a cheaper price, or there's somebody who's willing to sell for cheaper and work on smaller margins. Whereas to me, it may not be worth packing up an order for 50 cents. To somebody else out there, it may be. So that's kind of just a point I wanted to illustrate, guys. I hope you guys are all enjoying a holiday break if you have one. If you guys have New Year's plans, guys, be safe. Don't drink and drive, all that good stuff. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of the holiday season here. Wishing you all a happy, healthy, and prosperous New Year. And I'll try to get out a couple more videos before the end of the year. But yeah, I just want to say, hey, guys, Happy New Year. Thank you guys for a great year of support, and looking forward to what we're going to do next year, guys. Talk to you later.